And welcome to another day, another vlog. Today is vlog number 5, and as you guys can see, I'm going to be doing some squats today. I'm going to be going for a new 8 rep max. Previous video, I believe it was 245, I would like to say. And today I'll be going for 260, which isn't too bad. It's not too heavy, but it's something I can definitely capable of doing. As you can see, I'm just warming up here, just trying to get my hips in the right position and my legs and just everything firing at the right place. I want to see if I can get deep enough into the squat where I know I'm below parallel, and just trying to see if I can shoot my feet out a little bit so I can get more drive, a little bit more separation there. And here I'm just putting on a plate again. I'm just gonna start doing some couple reps with 135. Nothing too heavy, nothing crazy, but I feel like 135 or a plate is a good weight. It's a good weight for me to warm up with. Sometimes I'll go 35 on each side, but I felt like a plate was really good today. I had a lot of rest because of the weekend, and this is Monday, so I had a nice little rest on Sunday. Felt energized. I felt like my body was doing pretty well, so I felt like I could start off warming up a little bit better. And I do roll out before I do any of my lifts. I stretch. I just didn't include any of my rollouts in my vlogs and my videos. Just kind of want to focus on the main lifts, on the stuff I actually do inside the training portion or the working out portion. And I know I'll be making a stretching video, like a hip and mobility video. I'm just talking about going through what do I do when prior to actually getting to the heavy lifting. I'm going to show you guys what I do for my hip mobility series. There's a bunch of stuff that I do for baseball and stuff to get me really mobile. My hips were horrible a couple months ago until I started really dedicating myself to hip mobility. I was just stiff. It was brutal, guys. I can't explain how bad I was. And it was from not lifting properly, from not warming up properly, from all those years in high school where you just went into practice and we didn't really care much about stretching. But I've really come to understand the importance of stretching and mobility and all that good stuff. And also, you can see my hat just fell off there. If you guys are gonna ever use a hat when you're squatting, make sure to clear it first. But as I was saying previously, that once I was able to actually understand the importance of hip mobility and stretching, my numbers went up on my lifts. My mobility for baseball went up. I gained like 3 miles per hour on my fastball, which I mean, in college, that's massive. It's really key. So yeah, that's my tip for you guys. Again, you guys are gonna hear me preach about mobility all the time because it's just something that I do. I just really invested my time in it, and I have really good coaches both in the lifting world and also in the baseball world, where they really give me a bunch of great tips for being a little bit more mobile. And as you can see, I just did a couple reps with say a plate in 35, probably at 205. It's nothing too crazy, but now I'm going up to 2 plates, so it's 225. And right now I'm feeling great. Again, this Monday, I was feeling really into it. I felt like I was pretty strong. Felt like my legs were definitely underneath me. Sometimes I hear athletes say, "Oh, I just didn't have my feet underneath me or my legs underneath me." It felt like kind of weak at the base. But no, that is not the case today. Today the case is, man, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to kill it. I'm really ready to squat this 8 rep. And yeah, so this 2 plates right here, 225, felt pretty easy. Just did 1 rep because in my head it's like, okay, I did that pretty easily. Let's add on the 210s. See if that feels pretty good. Let's add on that extra weight. Let's see if we can reach our 8 rep max number, and let's see if we can rep it out. And here's the 225 plus 10 on each side, so that's 235, 245, and then the 5s, so 250, 255. So that's close. That's close to the 260 mark. So I think I'll be putting on the 2.5s, so it could be 255 plus the 2.5s on each side, so it's at 5 pounds, right? So 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5, so that just adds on to 255, so I can get to my 260 mark. So I can get to that new 8 rep max. So usually the way we calculate it is we just add, say, 5 to 6% of our last 8 rep max. So last week's or last 8 rep max was the 245, so we just added on the 5% of that, 5 or 6%. So it was supposed to be 257, but it did say 5 to 6%. So I was like, you know what, I feel strong. Just round it up to 260. Here we go. Here's the 8 reps. The new 8 rep max. Felt pretty good. The first 2 went down pretty easily. Third one as well. Everything felt pretty good. This is probably one of the easier 8 rep max I've done. As you can see, I'm telling myself, I'm really giving myself encouragement, really pumping myself up. I'm really focusing on breathing in up at the top, and then holding that and bracing my core and holding all that as I go down into the hole, and then once I get to the hole, explode out and release and breathe out, I guess, when I get to the top. I'm really focusing on every single rep here. I really wanted to focus on, can I do these 8 cleanly? I didn't want to, leave any margin for error, because I want to train in a way where I know I did not cheat myself. I feel like this is the best way. I was mentally focused today, and it's probably more than half of the battle. So there you go. I cleared the 8 reps. I felt pretty good about myself. I didn't feel like my body was broken at the end of them. So that was a win for me, personally. I loved it. Love that feeling. And so those are our working sets. So I gotta do 3 sets of this weight. So that's 225 plus a 10. So it's just a 245s. It's nothing insane. So it's 3 sets of 8 of this. I'm sorry. It's yeah. So it is the 245. And at this point, after the 8 rep max, it's not the heaviest weight in the world, but it is definitely gonna make me sweat. Really, it's gonna really make me focus on breathing right, the technique. Just because it's lighter weight doesn't mean I gotta slack off and not really pay attention to the weight and just kind of go about it. And as you can see, I am I'm getting a little exhausted, but I'm telling myself, I'm mentally preparing myself for the lift every time I go to the bar. I tell myself that I can do it, that I know I've lifted heavier, that it's the little things, these kind of training sessions that really help you improve, not just as a lifter, but as an overall in your mental game. And I feel like if you have daily achievements or daily victories like this, where you feel good, everything's clicking, or your lifts are going well, you're adding on weight, and it's not killing you, and it feels good, you feel like you're gonna have a great workout. I feel like these workouts are definitely super important in your training sessions, because it gives you that confidence. You just don't want to be physically strong, but you want to be mentally strong. And I feel like having this kind of confidence really helps you push through these reps, push through the reps where you're like, oh man, I'm in the hole, I don't know if I can get them, because you just can, because you're mentally strong. You prepared yourself, and it's hard to do. It's hard to always go to the gym knowing that you're going to be ready to go. And as you can see, after I was done, my brain kind of just shut down and was like, okay, you did it, now I'm gonna rest. And it's not a sign of defeat, because I actually got my weight done. I got my reps done in the weight that I needed to do it. And here we go. Some of these are just some pause squats. So once I get to the hole, I'll pause for 2 seconds, and then I'll come up out of the hole. It's just really helping me really find where that point is, where that hole is. There you go. Where I'm able to tell myself I can sustain a great amount of weight at the bottom of the squat, so that when I get to these heavier squats, I know that when I get to that bottom of my squat, that I'll be able to stay there and to really explode up out of it. And it's different kind of training methods that really help you progress in your lifting, I guess, career, and your lifting lifestyle. You don't always just want to do the same thing over and over again. And this goes back to having a coach, to having a mentor, to having someone that's going to help you understand all these concepts, and not just, as much as we want to think that, hey, I can do this, I can figure this all out by myself, you do need a coach that knows more than you in anything to really help you mentor. And of course, once you get older, once you get further along in your any career, you can do it by yourself, and then you can start coaching other people. But you always want to have a mentor, no matter how, I guess, smart or how knowledgeable you are. I guess you could say at a certain sport, subject, anything like that. You always want to have somebody there to like give you positive feedback, constructive criticism, really see the little problems or little things that are going wrong in your lift. And here I'm just doing barbell reverse lunges, just really helping myself all around, really feeling stronger all over. I didn't want to just be able to squat heavy, but I also want to be strong in all the functional, like in a functional fitness, I guess, style. But this is more for my baseball training. It's a lot about, especially since I'm a pitcher, there's a lot to do with lower body work, and obviously if you're a pitcher, you're definitely in this position a lot since you're striding out. And here I'm just doing some bear crawls with the cone on my back. So the whole purpose of this, or the whole idea, is to be able to bear crawl forward and bear crawl backwards without the cone falling off my back. So it might look easy, but I've kind of mastered it, I guess you could say. But it's really hard because that cone will move around if your hips move a certain way. So you really need to have your body connected. And after a while, it gets easier and easier. And then here I just have some ring drills, I guess. They're just Y's, W's. Right there's a W. And I'm going to come back for a T. This is just really for my shoulder mobility. Again, it is for baseball. So I do tend to go half and half on my lifts. I do tend to gravitate towards more of the powerlifting side of things, but I really want to learn to be strong and really produce a lot of force. I feel like that's going to help me out. The more ground force I can produce, or the more kinetic energy I can have when I'm pitching, it's definitely going to help me gain that velocity and gain that edge. And then I also have to keep in mind that I need to be flexible. So I am in a weird predicament, but I feel like you can learn from different styles of training. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to just powerlift. I also like the bodybuilding side. I do like some of the weightlifting side of things, and there's a bunch of things you can learn from all these different avenues, and I just like soaking in information. I feel like I'm like a sponge when it comes to all these things. It's just, I guess, fitness lifestyle. I like learning a little bit from everybody. Everybody has something to contribute to living healthy and a strong life, And I feel like that's something I like to do. And well, there you go, guys. That's another one of my daily vlogs. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am struggling to finish up these pull-ups, but that's just how it is sometimes. Alright, guys, if you guys have any comments, questions, or anything like that, feel free to message me or comment below in the YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe, to like this video, and I'll see you guys next one.